You are not behind, you are not late, you are simply one decision away from the version of yourself you keep imagining. The world may have told you to wait for permission, for clarity, for the right time. But the truth is, the only thing standing between you and your potential is you. The man you want to become isn't waiting for circumstances to change, he's waiting for you to decide. Most people live their entire lives on pause, always preparing, rarely starting. They rehearse their dreams but never perform them. Why? Because fear convinces them that starting without certainty is failure. But Napoleon Hill taught us otherwise. Action breeds clarity. Motion invites opportunity. Discipline builds destiny. The life you want doesn't respond to thoughts alone. It responds to thoughts in action. Let this sink in. Growth isn't something you stumble into. It's something you schedule. It's not an emotion, it's a daily event. You don't just get better by hoping, you get better by building, inch by inch, moment by moment, day by day. You are under construction, and that is not an insult. It's a revelation. Every day, life places bricks in your hands. Some use them to build walls. You're here to build a fortress, a legacy, a life so aligned with purpose that mediocrity no longer has a seat at your table. But that requires something rare. Discipline without applause. Showing up when it's hard. Staying focused when it's boring. Choosing growth over ease. Most people won't do this, but most people won't rise. You will. Because your mind, when trained, becomes the most powerful tool on earth. But when neglected, it becomes the most dangerous weapon against yourself. The thoughts you allow, the beliefs you entertain, the standards you tolerate. These are not random. They are constructing your reality every day. So what are you constructing? Are you building confidence or doubt? Are you planting seeds of momentum or excuses? The man who wins is not the man who starts perfect. He's the one who starts committed. And commitment means ownership, not blame, not waiting, not pointing fingers. It means looking in the mirror and saying, if I want a new life, I must become a new man. That is your power. That is your responsibility. Yes, you will face resistance, but resistance is not a sign to stop. It's a sign you're on the edge of transformation. It's the pressure that turns coal into diamonds. It's the storm that tests whether your foundation is solid or superficial. You don't rise by avoiding the storm. You rise by building through it. You face the chaos. You bring order to it. You turn breakdowns into blueprints, because that's what builders do. And you are a builder. So let's be clear. This isn't about hype. It's about habit. Motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you growing. When your habits align with your purpose, your life becomes a magnet for success. You don't chase. It starts to come to you. Why? Because success respects structure. It honors the man who honors his time, his values, and his commitments. And here's the secret no one talks about. Identity is built in silence. Not on stage, not in praise. In the quiet moments where you choose to follow through. When no one is clapping. When it would be easier to quit. That's when you become someone different. That's when you separate from the crowd. Because let's face it, the world doesn't need another talker. It needs builders. People who don't just dream, but do. People who don't wait to feel ready, but start anyway. People who show up when it's hard and deliver when it matters. That's you. You were not made for average, you were made for impact. But impact doesn't happen by accident. It is forged in decision, refined in discipline, and multiplied through consistency. And the first step? Guard your mind. Your thoughts are architects. They're drawing blueprints with every belief, every assumption, every narrative. If you allow doubt to design your mind, don't be surprised when your life feels like a cage. But if you choose to let truth and vision take the lead, you'll start building cathedrals of confidence, of clarity, of creation. Choose your thoughts like a craftsman chooses his tools. carefully, intentionally. Not everything that knocks deserves entry. Not every thought deserves a second thought. You are not a victim of your mind. You are its master. And the moment you take full ownership of that, the game changes. You rise. You lead. You execute. Not someday, now. So here's what I challenge you to do. Today, start where you are. Not where you think you should be. Not where your ego wants to be. Where you are. And build from there. Build with focus. Build with faith. Build like your future depends on it, because it does. Write your goals, not just in notebooks, but into your schedule. Set standards that match your vision. Break your goals down into daily, repeatable actions, and then commit to them relentlessly. This is where it all begins. Not tomorrow, not when life slows down, not when you feel ready. Now, right here, in this moment of choice. This is where men are separated from boys, not by talk, but by action, by follow-through, by commitment to build even when it's dark, even when it's lonely, even when no one's watching. Because let me remind you of something most never grasp. Transformation is quiet. It doesn't start with applause. It doesn't wait for the world to cheer. It begins in solitude with you, your thoughts, and the decision that you're done living small, done pretending, done rehearsing, done postponing the man you were born to become. You see, average has a gravity to it. It pulls, it whispers, stay here where it's safe, blend in, settle down. And most listen, most obey. But you've heard another voice, a louder one, the voice that says there's more, there's better, and it's yours if you'll go get it. So get it. That dream that's been burning in your gut, make it non-negotiable. That standard you keep lowering when things get tough, raise it again. And this time protect it. That identity you've been trying on in your mind, step into it. Live it. Claim it like your life depends on it, because it does. And let's get something straight. This is not about proving people wrong. This is about proving yourself right. You've had glimpses of the man you can be. You've felt the fire. Now you honor it. You build in private so that one day your results can speak in public. You stack disciplined days like bricks, boring to most, sacred to you. You stop negotiating with distraction. You stop arguing with doubt. You act, because motion changes identity. Each rep you push through, each early wake up, each time you say no to what you used to say yes to, you're sending a signal to your brain. We don't live there anymore. We've moved on. We've leveled up. And slowly, the world adjusts. People treat you differently, not because they changed, but because you did. Doors open, not because of luck, but because you walked up and knocked like a man who expected them to. You no longer speak from potential. You speak from progress. And here's the beauty of it. You haven't even scratched the surface yet. You are just getting started. So what do you do now? You double down. You get even more intentional. You eliminate even more distractions. You make it impossible to drift, because your environment, your habits, and your standards are all engineered for one thing: forward motion. And on the days it gets hard, and it will, you remember why you started. You remember the version of you who once felt stuck, the one who wondered if it was too late, the one who looked in the mirror and saw potential but didn't know how to reach it. That man, he's gone, because you showed up for him. You did what most won't. And now you lead. Now you carry the torch for those still trapped in hesitation. Now your life is proof, not just that change is possible, but that it's inevitable when you stop making excuses and start taking command. So breathe it in. This is the beginning of a new rhythm, of a new identity, of a legacy that starts not with applause, but with alignment. Now go, move with fire, build with focus, and let the world feel your presence, not through your words, but through your discipline. Let your actions echo beyond the moment. Let your days compound into destiny. And when they ask, what happened? How did you change? You'll tell them the truth. You didn't wait. You decided. And that decision, it changed everything.